Yeah.
And you're not healed because, well, nothing has changed.
In a similar way, although Ian has genuinely been blind since birth, like most registered blind people, he has some impaired vision. And with the right lighting, he can see blurred shapes and colours, enough to see the number of fingers I was holding against my dark jacket.
Tell me how many fingers. 2.
Enough to see my bright handkerchief. And of course, his hearing helps him follow me around the room.
Follow me around, come on, follow me around.
Both of these major miracles are created by allowing the audience to be misled about the extent of someone's real condition, then presenting things they can already do as evidence of change, when actually they're just the same as they were before.
In Jesus' name, left leg, I command you grow.
You can witness another popular miracle that faith healers often claim by typing "street faith healer leg" into YouTube. This impressive demonstration has been performed and filmed in a guerrilla style all over the world. I'm going to show you how this works with my co-writer, Ian Sharkey, who genuinely has arthritis and back problems.
Started in my hips, has now moved into kind of top of my spine, my back, hands. There's always something somewhere that's kind of constantly in pain. You just, you live with it.
Classically, what spinal arthritis will do is it'll shrink, as the muscles shrink, it'll shrink one of your legs back, which I think in your case it looks like it's on this side. Can I bring your legs out? Excuse me. Nathan, do you want to come and have a look at this? Oh yeah, that's a good couple of inches shorter. Can you see, Nathan, this leg here has shrunk a couple of inches. Can you see the difference between, if you look at the heels? So what we're going to do is we're going to heal the arthritis in your spine. Father, cast out that devil of arthritis and grow this leg. It's growing. I can feel that in my hand. I can feel this starting to grow. It's like the foot is, look, you can see it's coming down to the length of the other foot. Now you can feel that. Can you see this? Can you see that? That is, it's filling out. The calf is extending. The feet are now even. Those legs are now the same length. And you can feel that subside, yes?
Yeah.
Pain gone?
Yeah,
it doesn't.
now,
stand up for me. Can you stand up? Run around. Let me see. Just.
Easy.
How's your spine feeling at the moment?
Fine.
Genuinely?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not making this up. The spine is fine.
No,
Your leg, you saw that happen, didn't you? You saw that leg extending. You saw it, yes? This is all based on something that I put a lot of emphasis on this foot here, but as is what will be pretty obvious to most people at home, whenever you see them do this on YouTube, there's always a point. They bring the legs up, then they ask for the camera to come in, and all that's happening at that point is they just loosen one shoe. Not the shoe we're all looking at, but the other shoe. All the trick is going to be is, while we're talking about this leg lengthening, I'm just moving this shoe, just sliding it back on the heel. It's a very old, classic faith healer trick. But there's all sorts of other things I can make it sound like I know this is going to hurt your hamstrings doing this for a while, so I can say to you, you can feel this pain, can't you? So why don't we do this? And I say, and that pain's gone, isn't it? I lower your legs. You honestly will say yes. Yeah. But you're talking about this hamstring pain because of this. It's nothing to do with your spinal pain.
Absolutely.
Likewise, when you stand up, you're not limping. There's no limping. Well, you weren't limping before. No one said you didn't say you were limping.
No.
You touch your toes, jump around. You could do those things anyway.
Absolutely.
We said earlier on you're in pain all the time, but it's not in your spine. It's all over the place. But I can say to you at the end of that, and your spine is, how's your spine feeling?
It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't hurting anyway.
Yeah.
It is the leg lengthening trick. It is absolutely the mark of a charlatan.
Healers don't always just heal. Many claim to channel information from God that they couldn't possibly know themselves. In the 1980s, mass rallies like this showcased the performances of faith healers like Peter Popoff, who claimed that God not only identified the sick, but also, like some celestial search engine, supplied him with their names and addresses.
Hallelujah, Louise Cooper. Who is Louise? Stand up.
He was at the top of his game, until the skeptic campaigner James Randi smelt a rat, and with the help of investigator Alexander Jason, uncovered this.
Here it comes.
Okay, she lives at 4267 Masterson.
4267 Masterson. I can see the angels of God all around your house.
And she's praying for her daughter Joy, who's allergic.
I'll tell you, God is going to give Joy complete deliverance.
The telephone quality voice that you hear is Popoff's wife, who's feeding him information through an earpiece, information she's gleaned from written prayer requests.
And you're going to rejoice. You're going to know that God...
After this deception was revealed on national television, Popoff eventually admitted to it, and 16 months later was forced to declare bankruptcy with nearly 800 creditors having claims against him. And as of 2011, he's back in business, not just preaching to the faithful, but using his slick website to market his own brand of miracle spring water and a supernatural debt cancellation kit.
Well, you can sit there next to you, Jed. Oh, where's PJ to sit?
As we approach our departure date for America, we receive a series of emails that give us cause for concern. The Christian PR company in Texas we hired, run by Peter, has been trying to build Pastor James's profile within the local religious community and thereby guarantee us an audience for Nathan's final show in Dallas. Peter has no idea what our true motives are, as we suspect he would not then have accepted the job. However, we realise that tapping into his contacts is vital to us. We pull the production team and trainers together for a crisis meeting. My producer David brings Nathan up to speed.
Basically, we've been bombarded over the weekend with lots of very suspicious emails from the PR company.
Oh, okay.
Picking holes in all sorts of things, asking huge amounts of questions.
If I was him, I'd be suspicious that we haven't spoken on the phone and he hasn't had an answer personally from an email from me.
Reading the questions from Peter, it becomes apparent that some of the church leaders he's already spoken to in Dallas have raised doubts about both the credibility of Pastor James and the reasons why this TV crew are following him.
It's astonishing how difficult this is to break into.
I think we've already been rumbled.
Have we been naive?
Yes.
And so we take the risky decision to put Pastor James, surrounded by his background notes, on the phone to speak directly to Peter.
Hi, it's James.
Hello, Pastor James.
If Peter suspects that Pastor James is not who he says he is, our whole project could be dead in the water.
I just thought I'd give you a call at the end of the day.
Oh, thanks for doing that. I appreciate it. You can understand over here, we have a lot of people asking questions.
That's a good thing to hear. That's good.
I definitely need some updates from you.
Yeah, go.
I wanted to understand, you refer to yourself as the pastor. Does this mean that you have a church that you regularly lead?
The easiest way for me to describe it is basically when I was in Uganda and I was working with Pastor Lorenzo, when he used to go to other villages, he'd leave me in charge, and so people started to call me pastor, and that's the root of where it comes from. I don't know if is that going to cause problems, or?
It's a credibility issue, you know.
Nathan has been on the phone for a while and is doing a great job of both fielding Peter's questions and interpreting my hastily scribbled notes.
We're going to be filling in every single day with fantastic things that we're going to be doing.
We all begin to feel uneasy with deceiving this obviously warm and genuine man as we realise the impact it could have on his business.
You have to understand, too, that our relationships also are on the line, and we're making a big gamble, if you will, on your credibility. I believe you, trust you, and I think we're ready to receive you, and we're looking forward to it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Bless you.
And thank you again for the call today. I really appreciate you picking up the phone.
See you soon.
Okay.
Love to your family.
Nathan hangs up, having been on the phone for over an hour. But instead of relief, there is amongst us an overwhelming sense of turmoil.
You okay, Nathan?
Yeah, he's just a really nice guy, and it's horrible. What if we kill his company with this? His family, his business, everything could be absolutely smashed to ribbons because of what we're doing. He's going to feel totally betrayed. He's going to feel utterly betrayed.
A lengthy conversation ensues. If we don't have the guarantees of access that Peter can provide, we don't know what we can achieve in the US. We know that we have a morally difficult road ahead, which will involve deception at every turn, but we can't justify potentially putting this man's career on the line. And so we make the tough decision to sever our connection with Peter and his company and try to look for audiences ourselves, something we know is near impossible. So Nathan and I are travelling to Texas with a small UK crew and a large amount of trepidation. From the point at which we land, outwardly Nathan will become Pastor James Collins, my co-writer Ian will become his assistant, and I become part of the TV crew who are following him on his mission. We'll only have a few days to infiltrate the Christian community, promote our show, find all-important singers and musicians to back us, and to achieve our goal of passing off Nathan as a faith healer. And without the help of professional PR, I have no idea what may lie ahead.
I think we need to do a little bit of consulting Nathan about what you want to do, because otherwise I'm just going to be fucked off.
It's our first morning in Dallas, where we've come to try and expose what I believe to be the truth behind the devastating world of faith healing. With Peter and the PR company out of the picture and the healing event only a week away, the enormous task of promoting Pastor James's mission now falls to us. So we've had some flyers printed up.
We have James here, who we're passing out the flyers for.
Hey,
this is
Adam, nice to meet you.
In the hotel lobby, Pastor James meets some people we've hired to hand out our flyers, but of course they don't know our true agenda.
I would like you to lead us in a prayer. You guys are more than welcome or not to join in.
Yes.
Okay.